So, this is my first exposition, and the topic is radar with Arduino controller. I'm Giancarlo Mori Zambrano. I'm a medicine student. I study in Universidad Católica Santiago de Guayaquil. Find me on Facebook, Giancarlo Mori, and on Twitter, Giancarlo Mori Z. I live in Guayaquil, Ecuador. So, the radar Arduino is one of the software controllers that allows us an easy interaction with the student or simple amateur of electronic and programming. Thanks to Arduino, we have developed a radar and a graphical interface that allows us to monitor if there are objects in front of the radar. This way, in the interface are painted or red color the zones where the objects exist and shows the distance and the exact angle of its location.
I wanted to learn how to use an Arduino controller, so I decided to build this LiDAR scanner. I'll trigger the scanning mode now so we can see it in operation. LiDAR is similar to radar, except instead of using radio frequencies, it determines distances by measuring the time taken for an infrared laser beam to bounce off a target and return to the detector. My goal was to use a LiDAR detector to create a three-dimensional map of a room. To do this, I needed two servo motors to scan both horizontally and vertically. I wired up the Arduino to control the servos and to read distance measurements from the LiDAR detector. I also used an LCD panel with buttons to provide a rudimentary user interface. The Arduino steps the servo motors 1 degree at a time, then takes a distance measurement with the LiDAR detector. The Arduino does calculations to determine the XYZ coordinates of the point in three-dimensional space, and outputs the data serially to a desktop computer. A processing sketch running on the computer receives the coordinates and displays them graphically. This video has been sped up. The actual time to complete the scan is 10 minutes. We can now rotate our perspective to see the three-dimensional data, called a point cloud. Most autonomous cars use a spinning LiDAR detector, allowing them to scan at a high rate to map obstacles in their path. I was impressed at how easy it was to wire up this project and get it working without much difficulty. Hopefully this inspires you to attempt your own Arduino project. Thank you.
Okay. Processing a program developed in Java that allows us to create a graphical interface to visualize the data that we obtain from the sensor. Materials, Arduino servo motor, ultrasonic sensor, wires, and case. And about processing. Processing is a flexible software sketchbook and a language for learning how to code within the context of visual arts. Thank you.